Jimmer Fredette is joining us over Zoom. Jimmer, I know it's been a few days since you were inducted into the Hall. You were celebrated on Saturday night. Now that you've had the weekend to process it all, what's on your mind when it comes to being a Hall of Famer at BYU?
Yeah, no, it's been, it was a special weekend. I mean, had a lot going on the weekend through my foundation, and then also with, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I was very busy, and it was a great time. My family was all there, my sister and my brother and my parents, and obviously my wife and all of my in-laws were all there. So, I mean, everyone was together. I saw a lot of my former BYU teammates and coaching staff. So it just brought back a lot of great memories of me being at the Y. So couldn't have asked for a better weekend, special moment, and I'm grateful for the university for inducting me into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, pretty cool moment. There's a 10-year minimum, which I'm wondering if we'd still need that. I almost wonder, it's like, hey, just to get someone available in the fall, if you're playing professionally or whatever. But which, by the way, let's just knock that out right now. Are you going to China this season?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. So, yeah, it was reported that I was for sure going, but that wasn't exactly true. I'm not sure where that came from, but I have been talking with the Sharks a lot. I won't be going over right now or anything. I'm taking a little bit of time. So whether I go back over to China with the Sharks, that could be a possibility as well, or it could be somewhere else. But, I'm definitely talking with them, and we'll see what happens. But right now I'm just enjoying being home too much.
Understandably, especially since you've done the Chinese thing and you've been away from your family for just extended periods of time. Yeah, it's no surprise you're enjoying being around your family. How do you balance not knowing what's going to happen in your professional career? How do you handle that mentally?
Yeah, no, you kind of get used to it a little bit. I mean, I've been in this situation now for like 6-7 years straight, where it's just you're a free agent every summer and you're kind of just like, all right, what's going to happen? So at first, when you're younger, you're kind of just, you're worried about it every day. You're calling your agent every single day and you're just like, all right, what's going to happen? Where am I going? Who's calling me? Who's talking? All this stuff. And then, as I'm going on later in my career, I haven't spoken to my agent in probably a couple of weeks, just because I'm like, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. He's talking with people and I know he's doing his work, and I'm like, I'm not stressed about it at all. I know I'm going to be somewhere. I'll find a really, really good spot. But like you said, I was gone so long last year that it's just been such a great summer. I haven't been here in the fall, I don't think, for 10 years. So I'm enjoying the leaves changing and seeing some of the cooler days here in Denver, and seeing some more BYU football. I've been to 3 games. I mean, it's been a lot of fun.
I thought we'd talk about the Hall of Fame at the beginning here, but I have too many questions about just basketball and everything else. Are you more comfortable being in a situation where you're going to get more minutes and more shots, versus, like, I know in Panathinaikos it's like very regimented. You had like X amount of minutes and whatnot. What's the ideal fit for you? Because there's certainly like, a certain amount of prestige playing in the EuroLeague and whatnot, but there's also like the opportunity to have the autonomy in China and other leagues like that. So kind of what is your preference there?
Yeah, they're both great. They're both different. I mean, for me, probably the best fit has been in China. I mean, with Shanghai, it's been an incredible 4 seasons that I've had there. Being able to win MVP and having shoe deals and off the court is just way better. And all of this stuff, as far as like money is concerned, off the court is way better. That type of stuff. So it's been a really great fit for me. I've been able to really go in and it just suits my game perfectly. They want me to go in and score and to be able to have the ball in my hands and make plays, whether it's giving, other teammates opportunities or scoring the basketball. And I've been able to handle it mentally and physically, which, is not easy for a lot of guys to do. And EuroLeague was so fun to play. And I mean, you go to great cities. It's amazing living off the court, great food. It's just a different style of play. For me, I'm definitely better with the ball in my hands, being able to make plays, and I didn't get that opportunity quite as much in the EuroLeague. I think I would if I, found a different team and found the right situation, and it would be really even better. But, the China thing has just been so great for me and my family. I mean, to be a star kind of over in China is pretty incredible. And there's a lot of people over there, so that gets your name out quite a bit.
Jimmer Fredette is with us on BYU Sports Nation, recently inducted into the BYU Athletic Hall of Fame. it was fun to watch you and Danny Ainge kind of interact there in the press box. If you can share with us, what was that conversation like with, the other greatest to ever play at BYU?
Yeah, no, it was very secretive. I mean, we can't reveal what we were talking about. No, it was great. I mean, Danny's such a great guy. I've talked to him over the years. I leaned on him heavily in the 2011 season and beyond. And, just asked how things were going. I know he's around a little bit more in Utah, but also just asked how Austin was doing. I played with Austin a little bit when he was at BYU and, see how he was doing, his family. And, he was asking about my career, how things were going, what I was doing next year, all these things. So, I mean, it was good to see him. It's a great photo for people to see for sure, but he's a legend, and anything else beyond that, I can't tell you.
Jimmer Fredette, not revealing secrets here on BYU Sports Nation. When you look at BYU and the situation BYU Hoops is in going to the Big 12, I know you talked about it on Countdown to Kickoff, but for those who missed it, that it's going to be the number one league in America. I mean, what an opportunity for BYU basketball right now. Specifically in the Big 12. Football is going to be awesome too, but basketball, I think, is the big winner here, right, Jimmer?
My goodness, it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, even the so-called easy games are going to be extremely difficult. I mean, when you're going to all these Big 12 schools, you're going through a gauntlet of, West Virginia and Baylor, Oklahoma State. It's unbelievable. The amazing arenas they're going to be playing at. I know they're excited about it, but I know he knows that he also has his work cut out for him. He's going to be out of talent, and I think it'll make it even easier to recruit guys now. Just being in the Big 12, people are going to want to come play in that conference. So I think it's going to help the school out both for football and basketball and all other sports across the board. So I'm so excited for that.
Jimmer Fredette with us on BYU Sports Nation. I'm kind of serious when I ask this. Have you considered a social media influencer career led by Trick Shot Tuesday once you're done playing professional basketball? Because it seems to be going pretty well for you, Jimmer.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. I mean, the Trick Shot Tuesday people love it. I always joke, I'm literally going to be known by Trick Shot Tuesday more than anything else I do in my career. I really believe that at some point.
Get out of here.
No, it's been great. The kids love it, especially I get parents going up to me all the time and be like, my kid was just watching your Trick Shot videos, nonstop. So I'll definitely continue to do it. Who knows how far it'll take me. I do some basketball training videos, on Instagram and TikTok as well, just because I think it's fun to do. And I like to be able to share information, and it's an easy way to share information to a lot of kids and people out there. So I'll keep doing it. We'll see what happens with it, but it's fun to do. I mostly enjoy it, and that's why I do it. Not necessarily because I, want to do it for anybody else. I just think it's fun.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome, and you don't even have to reveal how many takes it took, right? Which is super fun. Yeah,
it just depends. I mean, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's not much. Sometimes I'll get it in the first 5-10 tries, and then other times it'll be a couple hours. You know what I mean? It kind of just depends on it depends on the ball bouncing. And Whitney's a saint. Whitney's the one that's out there filming it the whole time. And if she doesn't catch it, then that's a problem. So
yeah, there's heck to pay. Okay, big philosophical question. As we've looked at how basketball has evolved and the game is played, if you came a decade later, are things different for you? Because I kind of look at, obviously, what happened with Steph Curry and now with Trae Young, sort of the evolution of the guy with the ball in his hand who's going to have a higher usage rate. Did basketball evolve in a way where you were one of the precedent setters in that era, but if it was a decade later, maybe things are a little different?
I think it would have been different for sure. I just think they allow that more in the NBA now. When I first came in, it was a little bit different where, you were kind of like, all right, are you a point guard or are you a two guard? Which position are you going to play? Are you going to handle the ball? That type of stuff. It's a lot more positionless now. I think they're just looking for scorers and playmakers and shooters. And my ability to be able to spread the floor. I think if I came down and did a pull-up three in transition at this point in the NBA, then they wouldn't care. They would actually encourage it, encourage all of that type of stuff. Whereas it wasn't quite like that when I first came out. It was changing a little bit, but not quite there yet. And but now it's exactly the way that I play is the way that the NBA is played. So I think it would have been a little bit different. Who knows how it would have turned out? You never can speculate, but I definitely know that the game is definitely catered more to my my talents.
Jimmer, we're watching some of your all-time great highlights.
And we're busting out like the 07 to 09 ones.
So fun to watch the earlier stage, Jimmer, as a freshman and sophomore.
I saw Chris Miles and Jonathan Tavernier.
Yeah,
love it.
Let's go. Let's go. JT was mad when you were taking all those shots, right?
Oh, he was so mad. JT, he puts up a front on Twitter and everything where he's like, oh yeah, there's no way. I mean, but he's in deep down inside. He's like, I should have been shooting every shot. I don't know what he's doing.
All right, Jimmer, it's so great to catch up with you. We wish you the most hearty congratulations again on being inducted into the BYU Athletic Hall of Fame. It was my pleasure to be there and be a part of that and hang out with you and your family. And I finally met your sister, Lindsay. She's awesome. You pointed out that she kind of goes, she kind of gets left off the radar as your missing sibling. But I just thought that was a really, really fun experience overall. And congratulations once again.
Yeah, thanks, Spence. I mean, like I said before, you did an incredible job. It was awesome to see you there. I'm glad you're feeling better and back. You guys are back together. You guys are the best there is. I love coming on the show, and you guys are doing great. And I need to get I have a BYU Sports Nation hat. I need to come get it signed by you both so I can put it up in my office.
That sounds fun to me.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been 10 years, by the way, since you played at BYU. And you showed up, in 07. I was a student at the time as well. Spencer had just was about to graduate 2 years later too.
Yeah, crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
Unbelievable. So it's been a fun ride.
Stay safe, be healthy in Denver, enjoy plenty of family time, and we'll be waiting and watching to see what happens in your professional career. Thanks, Jimmer.
No problem, guys. Thanks a lot for having me. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it. He is a BYU Athletics Hall of Famer, Jimmer Fredette. And a BYU Sports Nation Hall of Famer.